Hi, this is Mato. In this video I will show you the game between Magnus Carlsen and Viswanathan. This is game 7 from the World Chess Championship that was played in Sochi in 2014. Magnus Carlsen had white pieces and he started with e4. Anand played e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5, Spanish opening, Berlin defense. Carlsen castled kingside, allowing knight takes on e4, and Anand captured the pawn, d4, knight to d6, attacking the bishop, bishop takes knight on c6, d takes on c6, d takes on e5, attacking the knight, knight to f5, and queens are exchanged. In the year 2000, this position appeared for the first time in the match Kasparov-Kramnik. Statistics show that black is more than fine, as since 2000 white won less than 10 games between the players from super top level. White to move, h3, king to e8, knight to c3, h5, developing the bishop, defending the pawn on e5, bishop to e7. Another move in this position is bishop to b4, but then white will play knight to e4. So we have bishop to e7, rook from a to d1, occupying the weapon file, bishop to e6, knight to g5, attacking the bishop, rook to h6, so if knight takes, rook takes on e6, g3, bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, attacking the rook, rook to g6, defending the bishop, f6, pawn takes pawn, g takes on f6, attacking the bishop, bishop to f4, black to move. What would you do? Anand captured the pawn on h4, the pawn on g3 is pinned, f3, making the room for the king to go to f2, rook to d8, king to f2, rook takes rook, knight takes rook, knight to f5, rook to h1, attacking the pawn on h5, bishop takes pawn on a2, rook takes pawn on h5, bishop to e6, defending the knight, g4, knight to d6, rook to h7, black to move. Anand played knight to f7. In the game Giri and Rajabov played in 2014, there was f5, and the game ended in a draw. Anand played knight to f7, knight to e3, king to d8, knight to f5, c5, knight to g3, black to move. After a long think, Anand played knight to e5, rook to h8 check, rook to g8, bishop takes knight on e5, and Anand played pawn takes bishop. If rook takes rook, then bishop takes pawn check, forking the king and the rook. So we have pawn takes bishop, rook to h5, attacking the pawn. How to defend the pawn? Anand in this position decided to sacrifice the bishop for 2 pawns. He played bishop takes on g4. Well, there was another variation which Anand avoided, and that is rook to f8, king to e3, bishop to d5, attacking the pawn on f3 again, knight to e4, bishop takes knight, king takes bishop, rook to f4 check, king to e3, rook to b4, rook takes pawn on e5, rook takes pawn on b2. And Anand didn't like to play this endgame. 2 passed pawns on the king side are too dangerous. So he sacrificed bishop for 2 pawns. Pawn takes bishop, rook takes on g4, rook takes on e5. The dust has cleared. White has a knight for 2 pawns. b6, knight to e4, rook to h4, king to e2, rook to h6, b3, king to d7, king to d2, king to c6, knight to c3, a6. Anand sets up his first defensive line. Carlsen would like to get his rook to e7 and knight to d5 to attack the pawn on c7. But if the pawns are exchanged, there would be a draw. This was a very exciting endgame, but unfortunately I fell asleep while watching it live. Luckily I woke up after 2 hours, finding to my relief that nothing happened. Just kidding. Let's go now to move 1005. I mean 105. So this is the position. All pawns have disappeared from the board. Carlsen was trying to win and squeeze the stone out of blood. Or is it blood out of stone? One of those. But then this position was reached and they agreed to a draw. I'm surprised that Carlsen didn't continue. Just kidding. Not serious. Everybody knows that 2 knights are needed to stalemate Black King. Did you notice that I made a bit of a shortcut? Because I don't want to bore you to death and to have you fall asleep while watching my video. But if you are really keen to see the whole game, the whole endgame, and you have a couple of hours, 3, 4, 7 hours to spare, there is a game description below the video. This was a very difficult game. What do you think of this game? Are you disappointed that I didn't show the whole game? Does it really matter in the light of the eternity? And a word of warning: if you click on the dislike button, I will find out where you live, and then I will send Jehovah's Witnesses to your door. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.